$25 an hour isn't a living wage in 2026. When a few groceries from the store cost $70, when people are paying anywhere from $80 to $200 a week for gas, when the median rent prices are anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700 a month, it's no longer obtainable. It literally feels like working anymore is a scam, and you're selling all of your time for nothing. You're flushing your entire life down the toilet, and you're not even getting anything out of it anymore. A few short years ago, people were able to comfortably get by on $25 an hour. Now it's completely out of the water. People are out here making the most money that they've ever made in their lives, yet they're the brokest they've ever been. It's not bad money management, it's an economy that feels impossible. How much longer do we have until we rise up against this corrupt administration, tell them that we're not doing this anymore, because it's not working out for any of us, and I personally believe that us as human beings deserve a better quality of life. And until we can afford healthy food, until we can afford housing, insurance, healthcare, life necessities, there literally is no point in working at all.
So I really think we're entering the era of the end of fast food, because with the prices nowadays, who's going to continue to justify being able to eat food that you already know is not good for you and also pay a lot for it?
We need to talk about how much a 6-inch Subway sandwich costs, because apparently I've been living under a rock. This weekend, we went to the mall in Illinois to go to the Nike clearance store because it's the cheapest place to get shoes for our kids. Please, don't take that from me. I need it. We're going to make a special thing. We're going to have lunch at the food court. I have 3 very young kids. I pay for 3 kids in daycare. We don't go out to eat. All right, let me just get a turkey sub. My fave, I'll go to Subway. Subway ruined themselves with the $5 footlong because now that's what everyone expects. But I'm okay, it used to be $5 for 12 inches. So surely it's going to be $5 for 6 inches, right? Inflation can't be that bad. That's 6-inch sub. I just got a sub. No drink, no chips, nothing. A turkey sub. Turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, mayo. $10. $10. 10. I'm choking up just thinking about it now. See ya never, Subway. See ya never. I'm never coming back. 1, because it's not even that good. 2, $10? You're out of your mind.
Things are becoming so irrationally expensive that even I'm starting to question the prices. And I say that as someone who lives under the guise of, well, I gotta get it anyway, right? So if it's gas or food, I really don't question it because it's a necessity for me to live. What am I gonna say? I'm not gonna eat food. And I just got food from Popeyes, and that's not necessarily a necessity. 3 chicken tenders, a side, and a drink is $18. 18?
Can someone explain to me what the fuck happened to Five Guys? I went there the other day for 2 people. Hamburger, fries, drink. It was $60. I'm not paying $30 per person unless you're bringing that food to my table and refilling that drink. And honestly, at that price, I should be able to get a single of whiskey in there, and y'all don't even have a liquor license. Food prices are out of control, but Five Guys they're on extra cocaine.
You know something I think should be illegal? I just went to Taco Bell. I got a soft taco. And when they gave me my total, they said, would you like to round up by 50 cents for the Taco Bell scholarship fund? No, I don't. In my heart, sure, but that doesn't make any sense. Because Taco Bell last year reported $1 billion in profits. If I had $1 billion and I spent $100,000 a year, it would take me 10,000 years to spend $1 billion. 10,000 years. Why do you need my 50 cents that you're then gonna say was a charitable contribution and use it as a tax write-off? And all of your workers make minimum wage. Something's not right.
What happened to Panera Bread? $71.62 for 3 sandwiches, 2 of them that were grilled cheese and 2 soups. $71.62. Are you kidding me? Like, I know, guys, the Chipotle video, the McDonald's video, all these other videos of these places going crazy, but like Panera Bread was something where you could go and get like a half a sandwich, a little cup of soup, and a drink for like under 20 bucks. Is this how completely out of touch these companies have gotten when it comes to pricing this stuff?
Have these fast food restaurants lost their damn minds? We're out running errands, door dashing, doing some things today. We pull into Burger King and I get a junior Whopper. My husband gets a Whopper. Why is just a Whopper, not the meal, just a Whopper, $9? I can go to a damn restaurant, get a better quality hamburger with french fries for probably $9.99. Why the hell is anybody eating at fast food restaurants right now? I mean, we don't eat out at fast food restaurants very often, so I had no idea that a Whopper was $9 by itself. By itself! Never again. We will not be coming back to Burger King. $9 for a flipping Whopper. That's just insane.
Chipotle is saying, if you're broke, then Chipotle is not the place for you. I mean, that's what he's saying in so many words. Basically, he's saying that their core customer base, 60% of their core customer base are people who make over $100,000 a year. Yeah. So basically, they're saying that the majority of their customers, 60%, make over $100,000 a year. Therefore, they won't mind the 1% to 2% price increase because they can basically afford it. And those are the people they are targeting as their core audience regarding their new price increase. So basically, if you're broke, Chipotle is not the spot for you. Do not go to Chipotle. Their core customers are at $100,000 a year. They are confident that they can lean into that group a more meaningful way.
This is the craziest shit ever. So I'm here at Chipotle and I just want to show you guys what I ordered. This is literally all that I ordered. Just this. And this shit cost me $20. 19, but that's basically 20. $19 for one person. That's literally an hour of work for a lot of people in this world. This is crazy. And I'm only here because I'm starving, but it's some bullshit.
I just paid $19 for this sad little sack of Taco Bell. Who remembers the glory days when you could roll through with your car full of all of your friends, get the entire menu practically for like $7?
I got Starbucks last week for the first time in a while and was absolutely floored by how much money it was, to the point where I think I finally reached my threshold of Starbucks actually being worth the money anymore. And over the past 5 years or so, there have been quite a few things that have reached that threshold for me and my husband, where we're trying to save money to do things that actually matter to us. So we've been really cutting back on the things that don't matter. And I've created certain rules for myself when it comes to spending money on things I don't necessarily need. So for one thing now, I am literally just getting McDonald's iced coffee for $1, or I'm going to support a local business if I want coffee. I'm not spending $6 on a medium iced coffee anymore at Starbucks. A long time ago, Panera reached this threshold for me. It is just so expensive to eat there, and I feel like they give you less and less food every single time. I cannot remember the last time I went into a Panera. They are highway robbery. A couple summers ago, my husband and I went to a restaurant, like a pretty standard restaurant. I'll say mediocre. And it was literally $60 for us to get lunch, no alcohol. So we drew a line in the sand that we were only doing fast casual, Jersey Mike's or Five Guys, or we were going to a nice restaurant. We're not doing any of the in-between restaurants anymore because it's just not worth it to us at the end of the day. And alcohol, this is a huge one for us. We're both not big drinkers in general. And I will say, when I lived in South Carolina for college, it was so much easier for me to justify getting a drink because it was $4.25 for a mixed vodka drink. Here, it's $15 for a cocktail on the cocktail menu. It's just not worth it to us at all. I think my husband got a canned cider. One of the last times we went out, it was legitimately $11. I was come on, I can't deal with this anymore.
Since when did fast food cost just as much as a sit-down restaurant? We were at Chick-fil-A and it cost $60 for 4 of us to eat. $60. That is a sit-down restaurant with a drink for the both of us and a kid's meal.
2 kids meal.
2 kids meals. And that we're spending that on fast food. That's crazy to me.
Fast food has turned into sit-down restaurant prices.
When Americans said that groceries cost too much, here's what their leaders actually told them. Eat ramen, buy liver, and stop whining. As a viral debate over a $20 burrito exposed GOP's divisions on affordability, Representative Dan Crenshaw posted, "Stop whining, get a job, eat ramen like the rest of us did in college on a budget with 4 roommates. The market doesn't care what you think something should cost." This is the same Crenshaw who in 2021 attacked the Biden administration for telling Americans to eat less meat to fight inflation. Michigan Senate candidate Mike Rogers mocked grocery price concerns at a town hall. He said, "And when the Democrats start getting at us, oh my gosh, coffee went up, the horror." Senator John Husted of Ohio on a conservative podcast said, "People living in poverty are just not very experienced at navigating the real world." And Health Secretary RFK Jr., addressing rising beef prices, said, "You can buy liver or the cheaper cuts of steak that are very, very affordable." This came as the price of ground beef hit a record, rising from $5.54 to $6.75 a pound between January 2025 and May of 2026. None of these people I mentioned are single-handedly responsible for your higher grocery bills, but it is funny that they say these things while riding hard for a guy who campaigned on food affordability and then called affordability a hoax in December. That's the real tell here. The same people brushing off your $20 burrito or your $6.75 pound of ground beef are the same people who got elected promising to bring those prices down on day one. You can't campaign on affordability, spend a year mocking the people asking about it, and then act surprised when the polling on this issue keeps cratering. Either the crisis is real or it isn't, and right now the GOP's messaging wants it both ways. Real enough to win an election on, but imaginary enough to blame it on you once you're the one paying for it.
A horrible morning for the economy. The economy just got hit with a massive gut punch. In July, the United States economy lost 23,000 jobs. For perspective, economists predicted that the economy would gain 85,000 jobs. That's a 100,000 job delta right there. It is the third biggest month for job losses since 2020. The unemployment rate actually somehow fell to 4.1%, but not just that. The June job market was revised down another 37,000 jobs. Economists are calling these numbers a, quote, big kick in the guts because we are actively losing jobs in a stagnant economy. Americans can't get a job, let alone a good paying job. And the jobs that are open and that are hiring right now, you have hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands of applicants for one role. Good luck.
My buddy works in Dallas, Texas, and he works for a bank. And he said to me, "Drayton, we have so many houses that we could close in foreclosure that we're not because we don't know what to do. We literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of homes we could close on tomorrow. We could foreclose tomorrow. There are some people that haven't made a payment in over a year." He goes, thousands of people haven't made a payment in 6 months. But the bank doesn't know what to do. The bank's like, if we close on all of them, we put the people out, we don't have people to put in the houses. So now we have empty houses. So banks don't know what to do. That's how bad it is just in the Dallas area. I'm not talking San Antonio, Austin. I'm talking about just the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thousands of homes that are way behind on payment. Payments haven't been made in over a year. And the banks are not foreclosing yet because they simply don't know what to do. They have so many that they don't have a plan on what to do if all those thousands of houses were empty. That's how bad it's getting. And this is just the beginning, because sooner or later you got to get the people out of these houses. And this is going to cause a calamity, and it's literally a ticking time bomb. When does it go off? This month, next month, 6 months from now? I don't know, but I can promise you this is the same situation in Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah. It's going to get really, really bad.
I worked at Walmart home office in Bentonville, Arkansas for about 9 years as a vendor. And one of the things I learned was, when you see this in a Walmart, this is not good. This is called a restack. And what this means is times are not well in Walmart right now. So what they're doing is they're changing the sizes of the aisles. They're reducing their stock. And people kind of really won't notice it much because they were only moving it like a foot in every area. But what this means is Walmart is sucking wind. And they're doing this because of the tariffs. When Walmart suffers, the whole country is suffering. FYI. The economy is very bad right now, in case you didn't know.
Okay, I've had enough. I'm pissed the off. So tell me how I can go stand on the White House lawn or wherever I need to stand to tell them that Big Pharma can kiss my ass, along with, I'm sure, a lot of y'all's asses too. So I've been on a medication for 4.5 months. It has done nothing but reap positive benefits in my life. I get it compounded because of Big Pharma. I paid $220 out of pocket to have it delivered quite literally to my front door because the compounded pharmacy is like, I don't know, 4 hours from my house. And you mean to tell me that Big Pharma is like, nope, you can't get the medication for a fourth of what it's going to cost you to now have to get it filled at a motherfucking pharmacy for over $500 a month? Or you mean to tell me that someone I really love and would hate to see something happen to is a type 1 diabetic, and their medication is either number one, not on the shelf, or number two, their $500 a month premium and insurance doesn't cover the medicine, but they have been for the last 12 months. And this quite literally is a life-saving medication for this person. Or you mean to tell me that the home that I pay $1,200 a month in rent for, that is quite literally under 1,100 square feet, would have sold for $90,000 maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and 2 houses next to me within the last 3 months sold for $190,000? Or that my 3 bags of groceries today would have been $25 in 2020, and it quite literally was just $99 for 3 bags of groceries. Or my 2010 Honda Accord being $55 to fill up, and just, I don't know, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, it would have been $30. How the is this world set up for any of us to succeed? How? And I would almost venture to say, for the area that I live in, I probably make well over what your average person is making, especially for a single income household. And I'm over here struggling. I mean, we got the thrifted dress on, which no tea, no shade, because I love to thrift, but like, I'm just thoroughly pissed the off.
Just a word from your local pharmacist that a lot of medications are on back order right now. A lot of medications have been recalled. So please be patient with your pharmacy. I promise you they're trying to work through the situation and are as frustrated as you are.
If you're a working class or middle class American, I truly hope from the bottom of my heart you are paying attention to what's happening right now. What we are about to experience over the next 3 years and what's been happening since 2020 will never happen again in our living history. And the fact is, most people are paying attention to the wrong thing. They're fighting left and right. And remember, the left and right, the divide is for us, not for them. Billionaires aren't fighting back and forth. Since 1971, we detached from the gold standard. The wealth gap has become absolutely massive. Our productivity has increased and our wages have not kept up. Assets have skyrocketed, the wealthy have gotten wealthier, and the working class have moved down to the working poor. And this is about to become much worse. Money does not move down. They make you think that. Money moves up. Money is just energy. It's just vibration. There's no real money in the system. And this is not our grandparents' and parents' economy. When our grandparents and parents were growing up and when they went into the economy, we had a positive debt-to-income ratio. The same levers that they pulled back then will not work now. The reason why is around the world we have a global debt crisis, we have overvalued stock markets, and basically everything running through the system is fake. It's just debt. It's just credit. So for the last 30 years, money is built on basically 0% interest rates. So a lot of the brokers, companies, and infrastructure you see is built off 0% interest rates. So if everything's built off 0% interest rates and cheap money, and the stock market's valued at 70 trillion, almost 69, 70 trillion, and GDP is 36, there's a lot of fake money and a lot of fake companies that are about to pay the piper.
All right, well, I'm back for some more bullshit and my opinion, and you know, for whoever who wants to hear it. Anyway, it's another rant of mine. But I've been watching a lot of stuff on TikTok and Facebook and whatever, and I've noticed people are getting very angry. Mentally unstable people. This economy is making people do things that they've never been doing before. And it's getting kind of scary. And the anger that I feel sometimes, and just the way I feel, I literally hate everything and everyone sometimes. And I'm just like, I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but holy shit, man. You know, if you're not a millionaire or a billionaire, you really don't mean shit in this world right now. I gotta be honest. Those rich are the only people who they really care about right now. So I hope you guys all know that. And if you don't know that, anyway, you know where I'm going with that. But you're gonna see a lot of fucked up shit going on here. The anger's coming out, people.
Got food outbreaks, got goddamn lettuce. You can't even eat the lettuce no more. You're gonna get sick and die. Nobody can find a job. Everybody broke as hell. Young adults have no more third spaces. Cars are hella expensive. Education is hella expensive. Goddamn everything in the world is hella expensive. And you say this to the average old person, and they're just like, hey man, you need to work harder. How about you move to Iowa or some shit and buy a house in the middle of nowhere with no fucking jobs? Why the fuck would I do that? I hate when I see old people say you should move somewhere where nobody lives to buy a cheap house. Who the fuck would have lived in Montana? Nigga, who the fuck want to live in the middle of Iowa or some shit?
A regular sit-down restaurant, because it's almost equal in price. It really is crazy. In fact, I really think that this year, 2026, we're going to see a lot of fast food establishments close down. In fact, there are already talks of quite a bit that are closing down. But I think the trend is going to continue, especially as the year goes on, because they're not lowering the prices. I know they're coming out with more deals, you know, in terms of maybe children eat free, or, you know, they're trying to say, oh, you get more on a value menu. They're really trying to get customers, you know, their attention. And I've seen other healthier options, like, oh, they're trying now like protein bowls and stuff like that. But I think because the line has been crossed at, you know, with the price point, I think that's just it, because that was the reason why people would go and get fast food. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? So it is what it is. I think they're going to continue to see more and more closures. People just can't afford it anymore. The buy now, pay later programs that they've been offering even for fast food. Like where are we? What world do we live in that we've come to that? Fast food already is not good for us. So you know what? Maybe this is for the better. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? Do you think that fast food is going to continue to thrive, or do you see that these businesses are going to be closing down because right now the demand's not there? The consumers are disappearing. You know, people don't have the money for that. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone.